Hey everybody, we are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about my smallest EDC kit that I have put together to date. Definitely gonna blow your mind the amount of stuff that I fit in this little tiny case. So without further ado, let's hop right into the review and let's check out this tiny EDC kit that I put together far too long ago and have been packing it ever since. And like I said, I haven't peeked in here in a while. It's been a while since I put this together. But let's check out the case itself. This is a topographical design on a titanium cage. There's the part number if you're looking to scoop up one of these. I originally saw this type of a EDC matchbox style, I guess, case, hard case. On Bespoke Post, they had one of these for sale, and I ended up finding a different version on Amazon, which I liked a little bit better. It had this design on it. Most of the ones I was seeing were just flat, which I could imagine would get scarred up, pretty cracked and marred up. But the only thing that really happened to this is it kind of changed color a little bit. You can see, like, in that groove right there, there's a little bit more of a brilliance, and kind of along there, you can see, obviously, I haven't opened this. Like I said, I haven't opened this since I put it together. But you can see the difference right there, the two-tone, from it being packed every single day. So I also wanted to check in and see the condition of the items in there as well. Let's see, when did I put this together? It was probably last November. So not quite a year, about 8 months since this was probably put together originally and sealed up. So let's check it out. First off, before we get inside the inside, let's check out this little top part. It does have a nice little area where you can, I guess you could put some kind of nylon rope through there, or some kind of nylon cord to be able to, or any kind of cord, I guess, to be able to dangle it, or maybe make a necklace out of it. I don't know if that was an intention, but this was something that I actually just slid into my pocket of my vest, and I had this, just carried it with me. I want to be able to see what the weight was like, which it was honestly negligible. Especially if you carry this on a regular, you don't even notice it. So let's pop it open and let's see what we got inside and see what happened to everything over the course of, well, about 8 months. So, you got humidity from your pocket. And let's check out the underside here. The lid's got a little locking mechanism that comes through, and this also is a little stop, which stops right there. There's the locking mechanism. It's a little ball bearing, which sits inside this little divot, but pretty cool. All right, so I'll lay everything out and we'll kind of check everything out. And now that I'm looking at stuff, it'll remind me of why some of the stuff was put in here. All right, let's check out the first thing. Okay, so this is a repurposed little Band-Aid thing, but inside here I put, okay, it still looks edible. I mean, you can still eat that. It's military energy gum, so it's Meg. Which this piece right here should be 100 milligrams of caffeine. So if you're on the go and you want a little boost out of your EDC pack, that's probably a good 100 milligram caffeine boost right there. Speaking of boosts, let's talk about this little packet powder. I want to see what happened with this. Looks like this. Okay. So they're little tablets, but they look all right. They don't look messed up or nothing. These are electrolyte tablets, which, again, if you're on the run and you're in an emergency situation, caffeine and electrolytes, you can't really argue with that. Those are two good things to have with you. Now, I live at 8,000 feet, but pretty much 5,000 and above anywhere in Colorado or around me. So having something like this is really helpful because it definitely opens up the nasal passages. But yeah, if you're on the run and you're actually moving around, that'll definitely get some more oxygen into your bloodstream for sure, and it couldn't hurt to have that in a type of an emergency situation, if that makes sense. So let's see what else we got in here. Okay, this is the Grim Workshop lock pick kit. So you got a way to pick some basic locks right there, which is actually really cool. And then what else do we got? We have a little razor blade, which, let's see if it did it. Oh, there we go. I was wondering if the blade itself, no discoloration, no moisture got in this. So actually, it looks like it kept everything pretty tight. Like I said, the electrolyte was something I was really curious about because it's a pill, and that would definitely get ruined quick. Oh, here we go. So here's part of the Band-Aid. So I put a little Band-Aid, so if you get stuck, I guess you got a little bit of a Band-Aid in there. I don't really know what a Band-Aid's going to do in an emergency kit, but if you get a hole, I guess you could plug a hole with that, maybe. All right, this is IOSAT. Okay, so this is a radiation pill. I guess if you get in some kind of nuclear event, this would probably be the thing you're going to want to take immediately. So that's something to definitely have in the EDC kit. Let's check out what else we got in here. I'm just going to pull stuff out. We got a coated safety pin. Safety pins are always very helpful, especially in emergency situations. If you need to repair some of your clothing really quick, or you need to basically attach something to pretty much anything that's of lightweight, you can use a safety pin, which, you can pin it onto your sleeve, you can pin it onto your shirt, whatever. This is a nice little mini ferro rod that I put in here, which you can use the back of the razor blade or even this to strike it. So, because this is stainless steel right here. It's not actually aluminum, which originally when I bought it, I thought it was, but it's not. It's actually stainless steel, so that makes a great primary striker because it's got a sharp edge. Next, we got a handcuff key. Wouldn't really want to dig through this to get to this if I needed it, but I mean, you might be able to use this to let somebody else out, which couldn't be a bad thing to have in here either. Next, we have a small little diamond. I don't know if you can see, there we go. A little diamond sharpener. So you can use this to sharpen anything that you want to turn into a cutting device. So that's definitely helpful. What else we got in here? We got, okay, let's grab these out. We got some waterproof, weatherproof matches. So you got 2 of those there, which is great. Fire is always important, and that's two chances that you get, let's just say that. Speaking of fire, we got some cordage here, a really short piece of paracord, a perfect fit for the inside of this matchbox, which you can definitely fray and use to light. I mean, you could use probably most of these papers here, like this, the electrolyte packet, or even the gum wrapper. Most of that's all going to be flammable in regards to starting a fire, so, but this will help. This little paracord here, you could fray that for sure, especially with the razor blade. If you're in a pinch and all you got is some cans that need to be opened, you got yourself a nice Shelby Can Opener. So pretty cool to have something like that, especially if you have access to some food. Now, I did mention earlier that could be used as a striker, but I actually did put a striker in here. I didn't even remember that it did that, but it actually does have a striker. So actually has a striker, you don't have to use that. So you have a dedicated striker. Now we got the last few items in here. We got the bobby pin, which is a universal tool, much like the safety pin. So definitely a useful little tool, especially coming in your lock pick situation. Now, last thing I do have in here is a little firecracker. So this could be used for a multitude of things, distraction, it could be used for intimidation, but again, it's going to be something that fits really nicely in here. And if you do have a nice ignition source to be able to light it, and it's purposeful, maybe it'll help out. But definitely something that I put in here. Like I said, I haven't used this kit in an emergency situation. This is stuff that I put in this kit that I would think would be useful for myself in an emergency situation. Probably the only thing in here that I think is not very useful is probably this. But I threw it in there anyway because I had a little bit of space. Just in case you get maybe like a nick or something, or maybe you want to use it for patching up a hole somewhere, maybe on like a poncho or something like that. So I figured I'd throw it in there just in case, and I'll decide later if I need it type of situation. But one thing I did do is this. I also put a striking pad on the bottom here, on the very bottom of the titanium bucket, for you to be able to light your matches. So that was a little something that makes it a little bit more convenient as well, so you don't have to worry about how you're gonna do your matches. Now I chose to put it on the bottom here because when I did demo putting it on, you can see I actually had it here originally in the middle. When I was demoing it, it was basically, I think that's what rubbed that originally off. When I put this together, it rubbed off the actual wrapper off the gum. So I was like, whoop, maybe we should put it on the bottom. And it seemed to work out pretty well. Like I said, nothing really got messed up in here. And this has been through a winter, a fall, a spring, and part of a summer so far. Like I said, we're checking in about 2 months into the summer over here, so we're rolling up on the end of July. So this has definitely been in dry, wet, humid, and in active environments, and doesn't look like I said, anything got ruined or warped, especially the electrolyte paddle, which was probably my biggest concern. But why don't you let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of my extremely tiny, we're talking like a 2, maybe 3 inch by 1 inch Matchbox style EDC kit, and what would you put in this kit? It seems like a lot of the stuff in here, people might be like, nah, you don't need that in there. But what would you put in here? Because it's kind of tiny. So how would you make it all fit, and what would you put in there? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your choices. And let me know what you think of some of the choices that I put in this EDC kit. Again, a nice little light packable kit that has some of the essentials that could definitely help. There's definitely at least 1 or 2 things in here that could definitely help you. That's for sure. So let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.